हाँ।
Hello, Namrata.
So,
Yeah, actually, the weather in Delhi is like it's very unstable. So there have been constant power cuts. So that's why some exits and joining is been happening. So yeah,
I, uh, yeah, just a minute. Yeah, will you please repeat it, pardon?
yeah. Actually, the weather in Delhi is very unstable. So it's like constant power cuts over there. So that's why I'm exiting and joining.
Yeah, sure, no issues.
Mm.
We have even Isha ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At her place
Hello,
also,
Isha
it's
ma'am.
very unstable.
Yeah, we have right now 48 participants. We'll just wait for
Great.
further 2 more minutes.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
No worries.
thanks.
Is it fine at your end, Isha? You can unmute.
Yeah, it's fine here. अभी तो hopefully.
अभी तो बाद में किसी का हाथ में नहीं है। दिल्ली भी बैंगलोर बनता जा रहा है।
रोज ही शाम में ऐसा ही हो रहा है.
So can we
आजकल
start?
तो यस 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 मुदित।
Okay.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's start the session. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Raj. I am delighted to welcome you all to today's insightful session on mastering the art of paper presentation. This webinar is proudly organized by the Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar branch of Vikasa in collaboration with the Vikasa branches of Vadodara, Pimpri Chinchwad, Dhanbad, Pune, Thane, Raigad, and Jalgaon. We are truly grateful to all the branches involved for coming together to make this session possible. As a CA student, many of us get the opportunity to present technical papers on topics like audit, tax, GST, and many more at national and regional student conference. This session will help us learn how to present those papers effectively with clarity, structure, confidence, and connection. To guide us through this journey, we are honored to have two exceptional speakers with us today. And now I'd like to invite my co-host Namrata to introduce them.
Thank you so much, Raj. Yeah, I'll introduce CA Sai Charan sir. We are thrilled and to welcome CA Sai Charan sir, a highly qualified and accomplished professional who combines academic excellence, public speaking, as well as mentorship. He is a qualified chartered accountant as well as a cost management accountant with an outstanding track record, securing All India Rank 1 in CA Foundation, AIR 12 in intermediate, and AIR 32 in finals. He cleared his CA in first attempt in May 2022. Currently, he is working at Power Grid Corporation of India as an official trainee in finance. Sai Charan sir is also a popular webinar host and a speaker, known for delivering sessions on CA, CMA exams, interviews, resume building, and personal branding. With 32,000 plus followers and over 3 million views, he has a significant preference and impact in the students' community. He has represented ICAI at multiple nations and international student conferences, including in Kolkata, Pune, Vadodara, Ghaziabad, and Mangaluru, and was awarded Best Technical Presenter at Vadodara Conference. He has also served as a career counselor at ICAI, a mentor, a CA aspirant, and a newsletter coordinator at ICASA Guwahati. Beyond academics, he is also a Rajya Puraskar awarded in Scout Guides, an active NGO volunteer, and a content creator on YouTube, and even has a deep personal interest in astrology and writings. We welcome Sai Charan sir to our
Thank
session.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Now
Namrata.
yes, sir. Now I'll request Raj to introduce CA Isha Verma ma'am.
Thank you, Namrata. CA Isha Verma ma'am is highly accomplished chartered accountant with over 30K plus followers and 1 million plus content views on LinkedIn. She completed her graduation and masters in commerce from Delhi University. Professionally, she has worked with some of the leading organizations in the industry, including her current role as deputy manager, business analyst at AFL, where she specializes in financial modeling, business analysis, financial analysis, and so on. Her expertise spans across sectors, and she has been instrumental in driving operational excellence and financial growth for her clients. Beyond her professional achievements, CA Isha is a seasoned public speaker and a passionate mentor and guide to aspiring CAs, helping them navigate the challenges of the profession and achieve their career goals, and has also served as an educator in an academy. Apart from all this and many more, she's a trained Kathak Vishrad and has been the runner-up of the prestigious National Talent Hunt competition conducted by ICAI at the national level. Along with that, she has won various Best Paper Presentation Award. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Namrata?
Yes. Now I'll request CA Sai Charan sir and Isha ma'am to take over the session. by explaining that what exactly is paper presentation and from basics to whatever doubts student has, followed by we'll have a Q&A session after you're done with your introduction session.
Thank you so much, Namrata and Raj, for the introductions. We really loved it. And yeah, Isha, you can start the presentation.
Have prepared a paper, sorry, not paper. We have we have prepared a PPT for all of you, explaining all these steps of paper presentation right from scratch. So I'm sharing the screen. Just a moment. I hope it is visible.
Yeah, screen has been shared.
So we are starting with what exactly is a student conference, right? So many of us who have joined today might not even be knowing what are conferences. So they are basically an event which is organized by ICAI from time to time, usually after exams. So your May attempts are over or your September attempts are over, and immediately you will see ICAI comes up with a lot of notifications related to conferences. Conferences is a basic academic and technical event that is organized by ICI. Mainly, you will have to be. How can you participate? You can participate there as volunteers, you can participate there as paper presenters, or you can even participate as an audience. So these are the three ways you can participate in a conference, and mostly, of course, it happens after your exams are over. Next is the types of conferences. So basically, we have three types of conferences currently. The first one is the state level conference. So in the state level conference, all the students of the particular state are allowed to participate. For example, if Maharashtra, in one branch of Maharashtra is conducting, so all the students of Maharashtra are eligible to participate. And in the mega conference, all the regional students, for example, if it is happening in Pune branch, so all the people who are in the western region, they can register for the conference. And the third one is the national conference, which is pan India level. So all these CA students all over the country can participate in national conferences. So these are the three types of conferences that happen: state level, mega conferences, and your national conferences. The next is who can participate. So basic eligibility comes out that any student who has done their CA intermediate and now going for articleship can participate for the conferences. There's some rules that you can only participate in 2 conferences in a year. So it's not like that you can participate in every conference that is happening. You have to participate only in 2, and that too in different topics. So I think this is a very good step by ICI again, because that gives a lot of variety to all the participants, and they all get equal chances, right? So if one student is participating in one conference or 2 conference and then stops participating, others can get chance, right? So that is one. It is not open for CA foundation students and also for CA final students who have cleared the finals and their articleship is yet not over. So that is basic eligibility rule. Now Saicharan can continue.
Yeah, thank you for taking it over, Isha. And yes, regarding the two conferences eligibility, that must be in a financial year. Okay, so as per the BOS guidelines. And now coming to the conference structure. So basically runs for 2 days, and I have seen that there might be 4 technical sessions or 5 or even 6 also, because conference there were only 4. In one there were 5, but in international there were 6. 6 into 4 topics. So generally it runs over 2 days. Like basically the first session happens after the inauguration ceremony, and then before lunch, and then after lunch you might be having another session, and then the next day you will be having one before lunch and after lunch. So it goes on like that, and there will be topics in each particular session, and each particular session will be given to one major topic under which some other subtopics will be given. Like for example, here it's written in the PPT. The first session is given to auditing topic. So there are auditing, forensic or accounting, and the standards of auditing. So all of these type. And then second session is completely related to tax. Then third is for SFM related topics. So you have these separate sessions which are basically like which are with the topics which are very much trending or which are needed for knowledge updation to the CA students. So it runs over like that. Kindly go to the next slide, Isha. Yeah, if you see the schedule, you'll get a proper idea. Uh, so it starts, as I said, with the inaugural session. Then you will have the technical session one. The major topic they have given is digital and technological advancements in auditing and accounting. Then they have chosen some important topics, individual related topics. So now you can submit paper on any of the individual topic. Okay, so that's how it happens. And then the technical session two is completely related to indirect taxation, and there will be some individual topics. So that will go on in the second half of the first day. So that's how basically conferences are structured. And there will be one best presenter for each session. Like out of the three topics, there will be one best paper presenter. Or there also might be overall of all the topics. Like if there are four sessions, 4 into 4, 16 topics, then they might choose top 1, 2, 3. That also might happen. That depends on individual branch. Some branches give you session-wise best paper presenter. Some branches give you overall of all the technical sessions 1, 2, 3. So that's how it is basically structured. So yeah, next you can take it over, Isha.
Yeah. So as I explained, this you have one technical session under which you'll have subtopics. So firstly, you have to just choose one topic for your presentation. It's not like you have to present on all these topics, or your major topic is this. You have to consist, you have to comprise all these topic into one. No, not you just select one out of all of these three. And again, it depends upon each branch. Might have four topics, or they might also have only three sessions or only five sessions. That depends. Now, how you should be participating for this? You have to visit the BOS portal. Now you'll have just have to search on internet ICAI BOS portal, and then you'll have a list of conferences there. You have to just click the conference and whatever you want to participate into, and just select the brochure. Now, once you read through all the brochure guidelines, you'll get to know all the topics. For example, if you just want me to show, I can show it here. Sorry, I won't. I won't be able to do that. एक मिनट. You just need to go to the BOS portal, and then you'll have a portal of activities, right? See, and here you'll get a list of oh no, it's not working right now. Okay, I'll just show you a screenshot. So yeah, you just go to this page called ICAI.org categories.events. You'll get a list of conferences upcoming. I just wanted to click and show how it works, but it is not happening right now. Okay. So you'll just go to the portal, you'll find this list of conferences. Click on any of the list that you want to participate. You'll get a PDF of brochure. There you will find all the topics. So you'll get all the topics from there. You can choose a topic of your own, and in that same PDF itself, they will give you all the rules, like कब तक आपको topic submit करना है, what are the word limit, and do you also have to submit a video along with the topic, and all of those rules you can find on the BOS portal. You have to make a paper on it, record a video of yourself, and then submit it before the guideline on the email provided on the brochure. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, that is how you can start participating. And now Sai can give you tips and tricks to how to present the paper and how to write the paper.
Yeah. Uh, okay. So coming to the paper, now the first stage starts with your selection of topic before you start making a paper. That's the very important stage, and that decides everything, because the topic selection is in matlab, it's a very important process. Like आपको बहुत सोच समझ के करना चाहिए कि exactly I should be presenting. Now there are some untold rules. I mean, from my experiences, I'm saying, because those will definitely help you. They will definitely help you. And from the insights which I gathered over 2 years, so I'll be sharing all those things from selection of topic till making of paper. I will tell you exactly the points. Okay. So the first of all, think about the sessions. The first session which will be happening, that will be right after your inaugural session, and all the chief guests will be present. So basically, the first session will be the most important session, and everyone will be present, and everyone will hear you, and it will have the highest number of audience. Okay. So the first session is very, very important, irrespective of topics. And the demand will also be highest because everyone wants to be seen. Okay. If you catch this logic, then everyone wants to be seen. So first session automatically becomes important. Okay, so this is related to the first session. Then coming to the post-lunch sessions on day one and day two. After lunch, almost 30 to 40% of the audience will be gone. Okay, and also the chief guests also will be, they will also leave, most of the chief guests. Okay, now the most important people are judges in the in the post lunch sessions. Okay, then you should not take boring topics. You should not select boring topics, because post lunch everyone will not be in a mood to listen. Most of the people will not be in a mood to listen. So you should always select interesting topics if you are going for the post lunch sessions. You will automatically get idea if you read the topics that which topic can be more easily explained, or which is the most technical and straight to straight direct topic. Like direct topics means like which are like explain the TDS provisions or some standards of auditing or some technical topic. Okay, where you can't insert any kind of entertainment related things. Like you can't make it interesting. You just have to explain the provisions. You just have to explain the sections. So basically avoid those kind of topics in post lunch sessions. Okay. Otherwise, it will make people can't hear 10 to 15 minutes all those sessions, because they will anyways read in inter and final. Okay. So that these are some untold rules. Otherwise, I will tell you, always try to take topics which are less trending, because like for example AI, or earlier it was Bitcoin during our time, everyone used to go for that topic. Okay, so most of the papers used to come for that particular topic. And like uh, if I have to say, if there are Bitcoin, there are 2 to 3 topics. Most of the papers will fall into that, and there will be some untouched topics. Like only two papers or three papers will come on that particular topic. So try to take some tough topics or some different topics where you expect less papers to come. Then your chances of selection will be high. Okay, and that will also add on to your learning. So this is also some untold rule. People won't tell you. And also select topics on elimination rule. Okay. Try eliminating topics which you generally don't have idea, which you generally don't have interest to present. Remove those. Then take topics which you touch or deal in everyday life, like they are related to your articleship or they are related to your industrial training, core work profiles, or uh, how should I say, they are very much interesting and you can also learn. Okay. Then just wait. I've noted down a lot of points. Uh, then they will help you to land in less papers topics. And also sometimes, as I said, some topics attract less papers. So try to stay in touch with the people who can give you insight that they are attracting less papers, those topics. I won't take the name of the people, but you get what I am saying. Okay. Try to stay in touch who can help you say that, yes, these topics are less, there are less papers. So try to take those. Okay. And avoid controversial topics, which can land you in a moment of judgment on the stage, because then you can't take any side. Okay. So controversial topics touch करने से then people, judges will take like how should I say, they will ask you very much complex questions also according to that, because later you have to face the question and round session from the judges also after your presentation on the stage. So avoid controversial topics for your benefit, because that will attract personal opinion of you. So that is also one thing. Okay. And then, so if I summarize which session, according to the session, then avoid more attractive topics which attract more papers, and then try taking complex, different topics. Okay. And then avoid controversial, and take as per the how should I say? If you want to present in post lunch session, that is also fine, but take interesting topics to present. Okay, for example, um, in the Vadodara conference, I presented in the first session. Okay, that was also worked. In Ghaziabad conference, I presented in the last session on the last day, in the second day. That was the fifth session. Okay, both worked. But when I presented in the Ghaziabad session, I didn't take technical topic. That was a topic of teamwork. Okay. So when I took the topic of teamwork, then I can add any kind of stuff related to it. Like I took some, how should I say? I took some video clips of Check the India movie, and then I added it to it, and then presented teamwork according to it, so that the audience gained interest to listen to it. Okay. If I present some technical topic in the fifth session, nobody will listen. So that's how you take. Next, coming to the paper. I think there's one question. Just wait. Should we prioritize our topics based on day? Uh, yeah, you can prioritize. As day one has more audience and day two has less audience, you can prioritize according to that. But then your level of making the paper should also be according to that. If you're trying for day one, then you have to make it more competitive. You have to make it, I mean, that in that level. Okay. So next, coming to your paper.
So sorry to interrupt you.
Yes,
Can we,
yes,
like, is
yes.
it okay if we'll take all the Q&A session, Q&A questions, whatever we get at the
Okay.
end of the session, so that you are
Yeah,
living
yeah,
for
yeah. Yeah,
the,
sure.
like, it's not, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. So, uh, now coming to the paper. Now, these days, researching information for a particular topic has become very much easy. I mean, like because of the chat GPT and everything. So you get like, like the information is ready in seconds. But just like if we take 2 to 3 years before, chat GPT wasn't there. Okay. Then we had to do research. Like research used to take for 2 to 3 days at least. Like what exaction has to be presented in a paper, and then how should we be comprising to it? Okay. So now coming to it, taking the information, like you have a lot of references from magazines, from Quora articles, from your Google. Sorry, can you mute? Who's that on? Okay. So regarding the information, there are various sources you can take from any source. Now there should always be a flow in the paper. Okay. After collecting all the information from whatever sources you get, try arranging them in a proper flow. Okay. For example, I want to share my international conference paper. Okay. Can I share, Namrata? Okay. The paper which I made for international conference, I will share that. Um, just wait. Sorry. Hmm. Yeah. So this was the paper. Just wait. Yeah. So when it comes to the paper, formatting and consistency is very, very important. Consistency, when I'm talking, that is related to your font and the color of the text which you are using. That makes the paper shine. Like for example, formatting, when I say the page borders or the font size which you are using, the first page I always put to keep it like this, the topic and then your knowledge session, then what is the exactly the topic, the session topic which I said, and then I kept my name, just my name. So now when I start the paper, I try to build some kind of tech experiences or some experts excerpts or a story or some experience which I faced. I take it as a reference, and then I start building the background of the topic. Okay, so this topic is related to ease of doing business. Took the excerpts of some beneficiaries who benefited from the ease of doing business. So I just mentioned like all of the above examples are related to it. Then what is exactly ease of doing business and how it actually started, like why government wanted to emphasize it. So I built the background and then I kept the flow. Then what was India's ranking? So when you prepare a paper, statistics and like quantitative statistics are very much important. Numbers will help you identify and they will give you a proper focus whenever people are reading. And always highlight, like make the numbers bold or important keywords bold. Okay, they will help you getting recognized. And then your bullet points and the main information, like keep proper bullet points and maintain the consistency. For all the headings I took, like if you see the headings, they will always be in same number font, and for all the text I have kept the same number font, and I haven't changed the font in entire paper. It will be same. Okay, so that will also give you some good look to the paper. Okay, and then all the pictures, I just didn't put the pictures. I have also kept the picture borders also. Okay, that will, like, the some small things which go unnoticed. Okay, but they will help you elevate the paper. Okay, so there should be a proper flow. And one more thing is, any topic which you take, try linking it to the CA community, CA fraternity, anything. Okay, any topic you get, try relating to it and keep a paragraph or like take some real life. Now I will show you one CA related thing which I kept here. I kept the statistics and yes. So I have kept this the way forward, CA's role in 5 trillion economy, and then the president of India has mentioned it. So and then how startups boost in ease of doing business, and also how CA's play the role in startups. Okay, I have linked in that way. So try finding a role, because I have heard from the judges that you presented the topic entirely, but you haven't mentioned anything related to chartered accountants in your topic. So they have taken this point to one of my co-paper presenter in one of the sessions. So don't get into that. Okay, and conclusion is must. Okay, conclusion should also be like it needs to have some quotations, because and quotations needs to be highlighted. Okay, and so that people will read it. And references can also be kept, but not exact link to link of the references. You can just mention the major websites or just mention the YouTube channels or the Quora articles. Not link to link of the references need to be mentioned in the paper. Okay, so this is related to the paper. And okay, and if you want to add anything, you can add, Isha. But yeah, one more point is, sorry, one more point is, always get your paper proofread with at least 2 to 3 people before submitting it. That is must. Like, take it to your seniors or anyone whom you feel that yes, these guys will definitely improve my paper. So make those changes or check the flow, whatever you're keeping in the paper, because that will form your base for the PPT and also the video, the paper which you're preparing. So be very specific in that. Yeah. And I'm Nisha.
In my case, I don't know, there's some weird connection. So every time I have a session that is post lunch, even before being CA and after also, like even after becoming CA, I've went to 2, 3 conferences as a speaker, and I've always got the post lunch first session. So yeah, I would like to share the experience of having the post lunch first session. Firstly, and secondly, a few tips on paper as well. So let me start with the paper first because we are doing the paper thing, continuing the paper thing. So while choosing the topic, do not go for the very easy one. So initially our thought is
Yes.
जो हमें आता है वो हम सबसे पहले करते हैं. Go for something जो आपको नहीं आता है. Why? Because the thing that you know is the same collects about 10 to 20 papers on the same topic, and there are few topics that on which no papers are submitted. So always go for a topic which has a difficult heading or which is very not so common. In that case, your selection becomes very easier because you have to just compete with few people. So the idea is to eliminate some of that is the main idea of most of the students. But mine has always been where the competition is the lowest. And secondly, how I used to do the research work, you have to visit a lot of websites. Just have a Google search of the topic, and there will be a list of websites that will be coming. Right? Just click on every website, read every website, collect whatever you find is the most important one, and just copy paste all the content into a word pad without any formatting. Don't do the formatting. Just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and you'll get a whole word pad wherein you will have all the thing available on the internet. And please, I won't suggest anyone to use ChatGPT because ChatGPT will give a common answer to everyone out here. So you will not be differentiated, right? So always do Google search, and even if you're taking reference of ChatGPT, just maybe you can take few sentence out of it, or maybe few lines out of it, not the entire paper out of it, right? So just search the entire Google, pick up everything that is available, even news headlines. You can screenshot the news headlines and then post it into the white, blank word pad, and then your word pad maybe have around, your word note will have around 15-20 pages of the entire thing that is available on the internet. Now from there, and also there are various universities that post research papers. For example, now there's this AI. So there would be IIT Bombay or IIT Kharagpur. They will be posting some research paper. So do refer to their websites as well, because they will give you a lot of good contents. From their website, you can go to publication, and we have that FICCI website where you can just find out all the research and industry, how the industries are doing, right? So you can get information about the industries, all of that. And firstly is to accumulate everything that is available on the internet. And once you accumulate all of it, the second step is to find out what will suit your presentation and how will you frame out the presentation, right? You can start with how it is, when it is, how it will be, and everything. Just make it in a flow. Always use some statements that are made by top leaders. Maybe you can use by something that is, maybe it's about economy or it's about digitalization. You can use some statements that was made by our prime minister in some speeches, or maybe you can just use any of it. That will make you different, right? So that is how you are going to make the paper. And yes, along with that, we also have to make a video. So are you going to say something about it?
Yeah, I will add on the points. You can say, you can add
Okay.
your, yeah,
So
I'll say that.
along with the paper, you might also have to submit the PPT and your video. So in case you have to make a PPT, the PPT may do not push everything that is you have. The PPT should be very simple. You should just have the keywords. Maybe in the notes section, you can add some notes and that will help you out. And maybe the research papers could the evaluators can read those notes while evaluating your PPTs. But the PPTs should be very simple. Should only have keywords. It could have some pictures, diagrams, etc. And when it comes to video, you also have to submit a video. Make a very formal video out of yourself. Just record it wearing formal. So do not wear any casual thing. Have a good lighting, have a good background, and then speak fluently at least for 1-2 minutes. In the first 30 seconds, just tell about yourself, your name, what are you doing right now? Maybe you are a CA intermediate student doing articleship from this, right? And maybe you can also mention your NRO, CRO, WRO number. And you can also mention a few lines that you have also participated in few other events and won this. And then you can start with the topic. So you can introduce yourself in 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, and the rest 30 to 1.5 minutes, give a brief about the topic. Now, in the brief, when you're giving, you can use some very good shloks in the beginning, or maybe good quotes in the beginning. You can use some statements, or maybe you can start with a story, or you can even start with some imagination sort of thing. So there are various ways of starting the video. So you have to record a video as well while submitting a paper. Sai, if you want to add, you can, please.
Yeah. So regarding the video, yeah, she covered almost all the points. The background, the lighting, and your dress, yeah, they almost matter. Just try to keep the video at your eye level. Okay. Sometimes what happens is, you're keeping the video down and you're looking down. Okay. Don't try to do that, and also not high. Okay. Just try to keep it in the same level, at which right now I'm speaking. Okay. And sometimes they might ask you 5 minutes long video, or 10 minutes. Even for the international conference, they have asked 10 minutes long video. Okay. So then you can't speak continuously for 10 minutes. You are like, because there might be a break. Okay. What I used to do, when you have to record lengthy videos, I used to record it in parts. Okay, like the introduction part, separate video, then the middle text part, middle content part, separate video, and the conclusion part separate. And then I used to put some templates before the video starts. I mean, like the introduction, and then that video will continue, the main heading, the main topic, and then that video will continue, and then the conclusion, that video. So some template, like some slide will be running. Okay, then I will edit it, photo, video, photo, video, photo, video. Okay. So I used to send it in that way, in a proper drafted way, so that when people listen, okay, they understand that yes, now this will be the starting and this will be the starting. And that always worked. Okay. Unless it's just 1 or 2 minutes, you can record the entire video in one go. Otherwise, you can record it in this way, like the template way in which I said, or the content which you put in the video, it should mostly, yeah, the starting, as she said, yes, you can start with a quote or something to highlight your video, and then you can introduce yourself in the first 30 seconds, and then you can go in the flow which you are going to explain it on the stage, like uh, the headings, the main headings of your paper, the flow which I said. That's why I said in the paper, the flow is very important, that after this topic, I will be explaining this. Like, for example, I will be explaining initially how it started, then the schemes of ease of doing business. I will just tell the names of the schemes. I won't explain every scheme in detail in the video. Okay, I will just say the names of 10 schemes in the video, that yes, these are the schemes which I will be going to explain. And then I will explain the role of CAs in the 5 trillion economy. And so this on the like, this is the content which I will be speaking on this stage. And at the end, you can tell the conclusion in a separate part. Okay, conclusion should always be in a positive note, and then give the sentence that yes, I'm hoping to be on this stage with all of you. Like, say it in a good, very positive, vibrant energy. And your hand gestures also matter a lot while you are speaking, and your eye connect. And mostly what happens is, they put some note, or like some people do, they put some note beside the camera, or they'll be seeing and speaking. Don't do that. Don't do that in the video, please. Because when your eye contact goes away from the camera, it gives a very negative impression, even though you are speaking very good in the video recording. So please don't put any papers, anything to see, and don't uh, like take away the eye contact. Always see in the camera for continuously for whatever time you are recording. That matters a lot. Even for one time you see down, that will give even though you don't have papers, that will give an impression that yes, they are they are seeing and speaking. Okay, so don't do that. And yeah, so these are the points related to the video. And related to the PPT, you are going to add anything, or you have said?
Yeah, if you want, you can add. I've already mentioned.
Okay, okay. So related to the PPT, yeah, as she said, the notes in each of the PPT slide, do give it while you are submitting the PPT. Like what you are going to exactly speak with that particular slide, please mention it in every PPT slide. That will give a very good, how should I say, very good, clear insights to the people who are judging on the basis of your PPT. And one more thing is, this is a very, very important tip. Please listen very carefully. You should always know at which slide you are at which minute of your presentation. That comes with a lot of practice, like minimum 10 times practice. Okay. Like on this stage, you won't be seeing time that I'm having only 2 minutes left or I'm having only 5 minutes left and people run out of time. Okay. The time limit will be just 10 minutes and you are still left with left with 3 slides to present. That should never happen. If that happens, it's gone. You haven't presented your entire PPT. So in order to avoid that, you should always be on the line and practice with time. Practice with the timer. Okay, when you practice your PPT at your home before going to present, always practice with the slide timer. In PPT you will be having. The timer will continue and you will practice according to that. So in mind, you will be having that, yes, I am on slide number 8. So it should be in between 5 to 6 minutes, fifth to sixth minute. Okay. So if that goes in your mind automatically time, you will be exactly able to conclude at that point. Because what happens is they will be giving you suppose 10 minutes to present. Okay. The last, like what they say is minimum you have to present 8 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. Okay, they will always say you this. If it is 12 minutes, then minimum you have to present 10 minutes, maximum 12 minutes. So it will always be ideal for you to complete the PPT in any of the case of near the 11th minute or between 11 to 12, like before 30 seconds of 12. Okay, you should not present less than 10. You should not present more than 12. So to get more marks, you should practice with timer. I have seen people who have just completed the PPT, like it was 8 minutes minimum, they have completed it 7 minutes 50, but their PPT was very good. Still, they didn't win the best paper presenter because they didn't match the time. So time matters a lot. So when you prepare according to it, so do as per that, and always keep some like as she said, like some questions or some story incidents or any of the some professional jokes or something, you can do it. And one more thing which students ask me is language. Language is something like while you're explaining on the stage, should you be using two languages or I will share one of my experience. In Vadodara conference itself, I was in the first session and we were three presenters in the session. Okay. And the other two guys, they were Gujaratis. Okay, so Vadodara, so it's part of they were Gujaratis and they were locals only almost, so everyone knew. I was one from Guwahati, the entirely opposite side of India. Okay, so what happened is they greeted everyone initially while starting the PPT. They greeted everyone in Gujarati. Okay, so that the audience erupted. Okay, when they heard like something in Gujarati, and they started how should I say, cheering and all that. These guys, yes, you have the local support, right, when you are from that place. So that happened. That you can do. The greeting part is fine, but while you're explaining the main topic, please don't use any other language. Like, please don't mix Hindi and English. Don't do that. Go in simple and straight English. Be very professional and keep it in proper English. On while just greeting, it's fine. if you are going to Pune, you can greet in Marathi, and that's fine. That will work always, and that's good also. But otherwise, it's not recommended to use any other language while you're explaining. And number of slides, keep it medium, not very less. Like you are sticking on each slide for 2 minutes. Don't do that. Keep medium number of slides as per the time limit you have. Okay. And yeah, almost. And one more thing is always think of the big screen where your PPT will be played, like PPT will be presented at that stage. Okay, choose colors according to that. That will always matter. Okay, because sometimes the background is black around the projector or screen, whatever I'm saying, and then your colors won't match with that. Okay, I'm saying about the visibility thing. When people see the PPT on the big screen, they should have that. Yeah, the PPT, the colors are vibrant, and yes, it's looking very nice to see your PPT on the big screen. So choose colors according to that. Colors have to be formal, and yeah, there shouldn't be too much text on the PPT. There have to be pointers, and you can go according to that. Keep numbers, keep some tables if you want, keep some charts, and less pictures and pointers more. Text you need to speak. Okay, so that audience will have view on your face more than the PPT. Yeah, these are the pointers from my side.
I'd like to continue from here.
Yeah.
Firstly, yes, I always keep my presentation in one simple English language, and I do not mix up with
Yeah,
jokes and everything.
it
Even if I
happens.
have some jokes, that is just one timer, not the
Yes,
entire presentation
yes,
goes in jokes. That is not my kind of presentation. I keep it
yes.
simple English. The beginning, I use some code, which is usually related to that region. For example, in Punjab, when I had a conference in Punjab, so I used some Gurumukhi language. So there's something that relates to that region because that gives a lot of good impression to the audience. Right. Similarly, in the North Indian states, so in that case, I use Sanskrit. So you can use these language in the beginning. Just for 1-2 lines code, and then you can start with the basic presentation in English. That is the best way and the most formal way. And some of the branches may appreciate the fact that you are giving jokes or something, but most of the branches who are very professional in judging, they do not appreciate. They even do not consider giving you best presenter award if you're using jokes all the time in the entire
Yes,
presentation.
right,
And yeah,
right.
so as I mentioned, I always used to get the post lunch first session. So then here, what you can do is you have to, avoid. Now that is very important because mostly after the lunch, the audience is very lazy. So you can use simple props to awake them. For example, there was some audit and AI related topic given to me that if AI has already come, we do not need chartered accountant, something like that. So I just used a simple prop of 10 rupee, and I just showed them by crunching that even after the note is crunched, yet its importance is similar to what it was before it was crushed. So similarly, VCAs, even if AI comes and take over all of the places that is required by VCAs, but we'll still hold our value. So that is how I related that topic with our profession, and I used this prop and out after lunch. So they were like, "Oh, ye kya hua?" And that is how you have to engage the audience. And the moment I did this, after that they listened to my presentation, entire presentation. So they patiently listened to the entire presentation without giving the boredom face. So that is how you can use these tricks. You can use some more props. For example, I saw someone using a frozen glass of water, and it used like uh, although the ice became water, but still it is water or something. So similarly, the form might change, but actually the material will be same. Similar kind of they related that to some of the topics that they chose. And in Bitcoin session, they used a coin, and they mentioned that although ये physical है, आपको दिख रहा है, but there's some coins which are not visible, and that is how they started the presentation. And all of these things, they grab the audience attention. We, as an audience, we want to listen to that person, right? So, or you can use these simple props, but it's not like you have to just use the prop entire presentation. In the beginning or maybe in the end, you can use it, right? One of the tips would be this. So first would be this S for start. Start would be always use some good start, use a quote, use a shlok, or use something related to the regional language there. Number two is A. A is for audience. So audience, you have to engage your audience by using all the props and everything that you can do. Number three is your gesture. Now you have to use your gesture, hand gesture, face gesture, how you modulate your voice. For example, if you have to create suspense, you have to go slow with the voice. All of these will come with the practice. Did you listen to what happened in the news? Now, this is how you created some suspense, right? ये थोड़ा practice से आएगा. I won't say this will come the first time you do it. I also learned it through practice. I also learned it by failing in few of the speeches that I gave. Eventually, I got to understand, yeah, I can use my voice in various ways. You can pitch up the tone of your voice. You can pitch down.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
Sorry.
I'll request Akshat to please mute your mic.
Ha.
You continue.
So similarly, you can use your modulation to word modulation as well, your gesture to control the audience. Thirdly, your subject matter. It should correlate with the topic a lot, and it should cover the topic holistically. It's not like you should only touch one part of the topic. It's not a debate. For example, even if you are against the topic, don't just keep saying everything against the topic. If you are for the topic, don't just keep saying for the topic. You cover the topic holistically, cover both the aspects, both the positive and the negative, and how it can lead to way forward. Always have that fact. आगे कैसे उसका future में use होगा. So, and lastly, use conclusion. So these 5 points I always use in my speech, and in the conclusion also, please do give some punch, right? You can use end the speech by saying something said by big millionaire or big head, CEO, CFO, any of the entrepreneur, which is related to future of that thing. So you can use that in the end. I want to say something that is mentioned by blah blah blah, and this is how this ऐसे करके you can end the conclusion, right? So these are the 5 points: start, and then your audience, and then your body language, and then how your content is, and lastly, how your conclusion is. This is how you should be structuring yourself. Now, time management is very important. So mostly in conferences, what happened, since it is organized by students, so sometimes there might be a possibility that there's some time crunch, or maybe the chief guest came late. And because of all these things, maybe the time limit given to you, 10 minutes, could be reduced to 8 minutes. Now, they mentioned you on the spot that please cover it. Now the time limit is 8 minutes. Now you have prepared an entire PPT, entire presentation of 10 minutes, and there you went and they said कि आपको 8 मिनट ही बोलना है. How would that happen? So always keep two version of your PPT in your mind, right? कि अगर 10 मिनट का बोला तो मैं ये बोलूंगा, अगर 8 मिनट का बोला तो ये दो चीजें छोड़ दूंगा. ठीक है? So always have two version of your PPT in your mind, and practice both the versions before you go on the stage. Practice is very important. Practice is very important, very important. एक या दो बार से नहीं होगा. At least read your entire speech 10-15 times before going on the stage. And अगर आपको stage fear है तो do it for 10-20 times at least. दिन भर वही बोलो, दिन भर वही बोलो. For the first time, if you're going on the stage, दिन भर बोलो से पूरे दिन practice करो, and आप जाओगे and you'll feel better after you perform. Every time you perform, you will feel yourself that you have improved a lot, right? Yes. So I was talking about time management, and most of the time this happens. Like they reduce the time limit from 12 to 10 or 10 to 8, and you have to be ready with both the speeches. 10-minute speech also, 8-minute speech also. And And why you have to be ready? Because you don't have to miss out the important points. So be ready कि ये चीजें ज्यादा important है, इसको मैं cover करूंगा, ये चीजें थोड़ी कम important है, तो इसको मैं नहीं करूंगा. ठीक है? And you can use either you have two ways of presenting. Either you can stand on the podium and you can just use the podium area. In that case, please don't move. Just be very straight. Use your hands. Be very professional by using your hands, using your face, smile. And the other way is to walk around the stage and keep on, right? The other way is walk on the stage and keep presenting. So you have to be very clever that time also. While choosing what way to speak, you have to check your mic. Sometimes the mic doesn't work while you're speaking, walking and speaking. So just be there, test the mic once and देख लो कि अगर ऐसा तो नहीं कि walk करने पे mic की आवाज कम आ रही है, ज्यादा आ रही है. In that case, stand near the podium and just do the standing part, right? And do not mix both the methods. I've seen people mixing both the method. कि शुरू में वो podium से start करते हैं, फिर walk करना start कर देते हैं, या फिर शुरू में walk करना start करते हैं, फिर podium पे आ जाते हैं जब उनको थोड़ा confidence कम हो जाता है. Don't do that. Either stand near the podium and just keep saying the entire speech there itself, or else we're choosing the other method in which we're walk through entire presentation, right? And yeah, in presentation as well, do not mention everything. Just write the key points. Normal pictures, do not use a lot of cartoon or any Tarak Mehta or any other jokes that you find out. I don't like it. Maybe you guys can try if it suits you. Maybe I haven't done and I do not prefer that way. I like it very professional. So yeah, pictures as well, yes. Yeah, I think I've covered most of the points that I wanted to.
Yeah, I like 2 points just came into my mind. I will say, I will add on to your points. Like as you said, PPT का check जरूर करवाना. Like पहले PPT, like it should be checked on the main projector. Okay, as she said, like in Ghaziabad conference, I had some video clips to be played, and like it wasn't possible to check due to some situations, and I had to directly play it during my presentation. And in the video, the sound the sound wasn't coming during my presentation, and it ruined my entire presentation. Okay, so later on they fixed it at right at that moment, and then I had to restart my presentation as a whole at that particular moment. Okay, so matlab PPT, if you have, please definitely get it checked that it's running and all your PPT slides are on the track. And one more thing she said, as 10 minutes have been reduced to 8 minutes, मेरे साथ हुआ है. That too not in the national conference. It has been it happened in the international conference. Okay, and they just informed me just 30 minutes
national talent hunt पे हुआ था.
30 minutes before. हाँ, just 30 minutes before, I had to immediately remove 3 to 4 slides, and then I had to mail it to them and they had to play. But in my mind, there were like, yes, these were unimportant slides or somewhere. So that's why it worked. Otherwise, these unexpected changes will definitely put you under more nervousness. And because at that time, you will definitely be nervous. So these kind of situations, you have to be ready. And those happen. Yes.
Yeah, that is it, I think,
Yeah.
from us.
Yeah, one more point. Sorry. मेरा दिमाग में आ रहा है. So yeah, in your content, in the paper or in the presentation, try putting recent changes, amendments, judgments, case studies, these things. Okay, try putting the real life things related to that. For example, in the Mangalore conference, I presented related to this joint development agreements and taxation. Okay, that was a technical topic. So I took the judgments and case studies related to it, and I put into it. And most of the questions which you get from the judges, like after you present, those will be related to the recent developments in that particular sector as well. So you should always be aware of the changes related to it. Sometimes there will be GST related topics also. So then notifications will definitely take the center. So you have to be aware of all those things. You can also mention them in your paper also, judgment, case studies, or whatever important you can highlight, and just mention the importance of it and what exactly it ruled, like the particular judgment. So do take those as your important references in your paper or your presentation, and be ready for the questions. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're
Sorry.
audible.
I think there was a network issue. Yeah, mine is done.
Yeah. No, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess all the topic you both have covered so far. Like,
There
there's
are three
nothing
slides
which,
left in the PPT, I think. Isha, you can take them.
yeah.
Sorry.
After that, there are three slides left in the PPT, I think.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
got.
Just a final touch, Namrata.
Yeah, sure. No, sure.
Yeah. So how to participate, that I tried. So it happened now. Wait. So we go to the
ICA,
first.
yeah, ICA
You'll get
events.
the link of the conferences. If you click here, you'll find all the program details, right? And you'll just see, you can find all the topics. You can see they have clearly mentioned knowledge one, session number one, auditing. These are the three topics under it. And they've also given the time limit and the rules by when you can submit your paper, right? And all the how will the traveling expenses, etc., will be reimbursed. You'll get all the rules here, right? And you'll also get the registration link if you want to participate as the audience. So yeah, that is how you can participate. Then tips and tricks to submit the paper and video we have already covered. What happens after submission? So once you submit the paper, they will be evaluated by the branch official person who are designated for that. And then once a paper is selected, you'll get a proper confirmation that your paper is selected. And if not selected, then also mostly you get the rejection mail. Sometimes you don't even. So you need to confirm. But then you have to deliver a 10 minutes presentation using the PPT, and again best presentation will be awarded. So sometimes you get awarded for best presentation among all the three topics. So after the three topics are done, best would be awarded, and sometimes you are awarded on the basis of all the technical sessions that happen. So that depends branch to branch, but in mostly session wise award is given. And yeah, tips and tricks to present the PPT. We have also mentioned you all of the tips and tricks. Why you should be participating? Again, this question of why. And trust me, if this webinar would have been related to some exams now, we would have got more than 100 participants. But when we are conducting a webinar on paper presentation or public speaking or on personality development, CA students are mostly not interested. But why you should participate? It changes you entirely. Like I have seen myself developing, I have seen myself growing, and everything that I got is just because of participating in these events. The confidence, the personality hold and everything, right? So of course it improves your public speaking, the technical knowledge. And again, as I mentioned, you do not go for the easier topics. So if you go for a difficult topic, you'll also gain knowledge on that. You'll learn about it more, right? You'll network with some other CA students and all the top industry leaders in your area, in your region, right? And of course, this boosts your CA journey. So if you do not have your exams very near, please participate, even as an audience or even as paper presenter. Anyway, just go, and trust me, it is a very enriching and you learn a lot. Again, conferences are more than academic events. It's all about learning, networking, and personal growth. Every eligible CS student should participate at least once for their experience and exposure. That is it. That brings to the end of the PPT that we have prepared for all of you.
Yeah, I will add on some points to this. CA conferences are something, they will bring you a network of like countries, countries like best people are there along with you as co-speakers, because they get selected among like such huge number of students. So they are definitely talented. And for a long term, like at any point of your life, those people will definitely come handy for you. I can give that like a bet. I can keep a bet on that. Okay, because they are so talented. So many people, so many conference. I have gained some best friends also in the conferences. You have like keeping this technical experience aside, you have lot of fun. You have lot of extra activities. Like that is insane experience. Conferences are once you experience a conference, you will definitely go for second. Like there is no chance that you are going to restrict yourself with one. That is not going to happen. So even I as a student, like I didn't have any kind of idea. But when conference happened in Guwahati, I just went like exactly to know what is it. I sat for entirely 2 days. I just listened to every paper presenter. I noted them down, like what exactly spoke. I understood the entire how it actually runs. Then I came into contact with the presenters who presented. Then I reached them out and I asked them how to prepare the papers. I took their papers, then I learned by myself how to prepare a paper. My first paper, like it got selected, but second time I gave it to the international conference for Ahmedabad, but it got rejected. So then I learned like why it got rejected or what is there. So if it doesn't click for one time, that doesn't mean that you won't get selected. आगे हो जाएगा. So keep trying, keep building yourself, and those paper presentations will come into your resume, and later on they will definitely add. And one more lucky thing which happened with me, you won't believe, like the topic which I presented for Ghaziabad conference, which was teamwork, that was the exact topic which I got in CA campus placements for my first job. I sat for the Standard Chartered interview, and for the GD, they told that GD on the spot that we are going to conduct the GD. They didn't inform it earlier that we'll be taking GD for the interview. They told GD, and topic will be given on the spot. So they just give 2 minutes. They give the topic teamwork versus individual work, whatever. I had the entire PPT in my mind, even after 1 year. I told all the quotations, all the PPT slides. Okay. So that's how luck works. So you definitely develop a lot of learning through conferences when you take difficult topics, as Isha said, you take topics out of your range or zone. You learn and then they get handy at any point of your career. And that gave me my first job. So it happens. That I wanted to share.
In the initially, you might feel that it's not for you, it's just so difficult. But trust me, it's a journey and you learn a lot. And it's always like in the first few things you might fail, but once you start winning, you'll start winning all the conferences. So it happened
Yes.
with me. I failed in first 3, 4 conferences, and then once I started winning, everywhere I used to go, they were like, "Isha, tu jeet ke jayegi," aisa tha. And they used to see me and like, "Ye gayi, ye to leke gayi." So it actually happened out of practice. It's not a one day thing. So
Yes.
initially, and trust me, if you don't want to, if you're just feeling very hesitant to participate, you're just not feeling right way कि अभी मेरे को नहीं करना, मुझे नहीं आता, participate as an audience. Just a 500 or 600 rupees investment, that is it you have to make. Go participate. In that also you get to learn, you get to eat food, whatever, everything. That is like compensated anyhow. So participate as the audience, learn what is happening, see by your own eyes, see how people are competing, right? And all of these. And then after you see them, you'll feel motivated, learn from them, practice. And then next time you try by yourself. And it is fun, it is learning, it is so many things.
Very rightly said by both of you. Even today, I remember that in National Talent Hunt, even still, I have connection with friends whom I have made there. And
Mm.
like we get to know that it's not just about books and exams and
Yes.
studies. Yeah,
Yes.
we get to know that many of us have so many skills and we have so many other aspects where we can grow and like develop ourselves. But all this is only possible once you attend the sessions at least.
Yes.
Very nice. So I guess most like whatever doubt students will have, you both have covered. But I'll
Yeah.
request everyone, if you have any doubt, furthermore, please either you can unmute yourself and ask them, or you can even share in a chat box. I'll just like convey to them. the doubts, and they'll answer it.
Yeah, you can already there are some questions, right? So you can
Yeah,
read out
there
the
are, yeah.
questions.
Yeah, I'll read. Yeah, starting with Devashi. So I've gave my CA Inter Group 2 exams in May 25. Whether I can participate paper presentation in CA conferences?
If you're doing articleship, then you can participate, I think, right? Not just intermediate student. Yeah. Only if you're
If you
pursuing articleship
I
and
think
industry, then
the rules have now changed and you have to check Devanshi. So mostly it's
yeah,
like after you start your articleship you can do, but it depends on branch to branch. Just check once what the rules are. Like they keep on changing.
mm,
right now it's articleship or training itself,
yeah,
but
yeah.
even like a few branches accept it. So just communicate, have a conversation with the branch you're applying or mail them.
Mm,
They'll get like they'll say you. Yeah.
yeah.
Next question. Just a minute.
Hello everyone. Can I ask the question?
Yeah, go on,
Yes,
Vishika.
please. Yeah.
First of all, thank you to CSN committee, Sai Charan sir and Isha ma'am. It was truly an informative session. And our national conference, by the way, I'm Vishakha Chawla, Vice Chairperson at Vikasa Vadodara. Since our national conference is right around the corner, it's truly helpful for all the audience. And for all those who don't know, it's on 4th and 5th July. So you all are invited. Please come. Moving forward to question, I have this key. What are the factors that one should consider in order to engage the audience? I mean, as Isha ma'am mentioned, we can use props, but what else can we use?
Like as she said that exactly the voice, like the voice modulations, which you can do, the high tone or low tone, that you can do like in between, or some questions you can ask. Even I asked some questions in between, like uh, when I went to Pune, then I asked some question related to it, and the answer was Pune, but like related to that city and related to the topic exactly. So you can take anything of that, a professional joke or uh, an incident which happened recently, or a real life experience. You can build a story to connect it with the section, like something happened in this way, that's why the section was brought in. So you can do anything related to that. And
Okay.
it's not necessary that for every minute you need to give a prompt. You can give two or three over a period of 10 to 12 minutes, like every for 3 to 4 minutes. Rest, your hand gestures and your voice modulation, your PPT, everything matters. So,
Okay, got it.
yes,
And usually at the end of the session, there's a question round. So, how
yes.
to tackle those questions in a way that sounds professional and not humiliating?
First of all, to answer the questions, Isha said one great tip. While you're while you're collecting the content to make your paper, she said to keep all the raw content in 15 to 20 pages. Okay.
Yeah.
That will help you in answering the questions, because that will help you gain extra knowledge more than your what you're preparing in the paper. Like the entire knowledge related to it and the recent changes, amendments, or whatever, that is first majorly needed to answer at least.
Hmm.
Then you have to take it very diplomatically. Mostly they won't ask you the controversial questions or keep you in a confusing state. But
Okay.
if you have knowledge, you can definitely tackle it, because up to that, almost you will be speaking for 10 to 12 minutes continuously and you will be in a flow to answer. So definitely
Okay.
something or other will come out of your voice.
Yeah, got the
Yes.
point.
You are not
And
Yeah.
aware about the topic at all, you can just mention something around that, you know. Maybe you can
Hmm.
mention, sir, I know this, but I'm very sorry, but I'm not aware about what exactly you are talking about. And mostly they ask you questions that is, how can you relate this topic to CA journey? These are the simple, mostly questions that how will you relate it to CAs? How will CA cope up to these changes? These are the things that they mostly ask.
okay, great. And last but not the least, how can we, since you have mentioned so many solutions and they were great, but what are the common mistakes that we can avoid or we should take care of while presenting?
Hmm.
while presenting. One of the most common is you read the presentation. So you open the presentation on the stage, and I've seen people actually reading it out. Please don't do that. Secondly, I see most of the students are very serious on the stage. That is not required. You're presenting
Hmm.
there. You are at least above all the other students, right? All the others are the part of the audience or the part of the stage. You have to have that confidence, that smile, and you have to look very presentable. And thirdly is I've seen people not wearing full formals,
Hmm.
especially in girls. So we have that phobia that we have to look very pretty, and we have that thing कि नहीं heels पहनना है, नहीं लंबे दिखना है. So boys के लिए it's very simple, shirt, pant and shoes. That is mostly they wear. But in female we do not have that. So you where it's presentation, be in full formal, no fancy heels, no fancy anything else. So that makes a very good impact, right?
Okay, thank you. That was it from my side. Over to others.
Hello?
Thank you,
Yeah, ma'am.
Vishaka.
Thank you, Vishaka.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yes.
Can I ask?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah,
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 ma'am.
yeah. Go on.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I have just want some doubts. Can I ask it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You have already told that while presenting the paper, it must be more like only pointers must be there. On the PPT slides, mostly pointers must be there. For example, if you are explaining in like disadvantages or advantages, there can be like 10 points, okay? And each 10 point may have a lot of content in each point. But while we are putting on the slide, it must be like each point a sub point. Like for each point, there can be 3 sub points, or we have to put like 10 points and explain about each point on that way.
You have to put only 10 points and then you have to explain the context under each point on the stage. You should not put any text under the point.
Okay. Like for example, if it is about AI advantages, and put like branches for like 10 points on the same slide, and we can explain about each point. That can be the way. Okay.
Yes.
Sir, I have another doubt as well. As you have told that while we are presenting on the stage, people might be, however, how interactive we can be with the audience, but they can be bored at some point of time. At that moment, normally what can we do is we can put some meme pages, whatever, not too unprofessional, but we can put like memes or something to attract the audience. But if it is too professional, we cannot put memes as well. We have to put some jokes. You are telling that professional jokes are very much, it can grab the audience attention. Okay, can you please give us some examples of those? Like what can be the jokes? Like I don't know to what extent we can put humor. It's very much important as well. I just want to know to what extent can put it, if at all possible.
See, when the jokes are professional and it is relating to your community or relating to your articleship or industrial training, which large amount of audience can relate to it and still not get offended, you can keep those.
Okay.
You will
Yeah.
basically, yeah, that's it.
I
Like,
have an example. For example,
Okay.
something related to green technology and how people are so impatient. So I mentioned one line that even Maggie isn't being cooked in 2 minutes. So how also it claims that it can be cooked in 2 minutes. So how can you assume that this will happen in 2 minutes or 2 years, right? So this is very humor that is professional and not very out of the context, and it relates to the topic.
Yeah, I got it, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Can I go?
yeah,
Good
yes.
evening. मेरा क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली टोन से रिलेटेड है सो व्हेन वी आर प्रेजेंटिंग आवर टॉपिक ऑन द स्टेज सो टोन होनी चाहिए एट द टाइम ऑफ स्पीकिंग लाइक शुड इट बी प्रोफेशनल पोलाइट और शुड इट बी और कैन आई मेक इट लिटिल मोर ड्रामेटिक लिटिल मोर लाइक इन अ सस्पेंस टोन मतलब एक जैसे हम अभी जैसे हम सीए कॉन्फ्रेंस में जा रहे हैं तो वहां पे व्हाट दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग इज कि हम थोड़ा सीरियस रहें थोड़ा लाइट रखें मूड वी कीप एंगेजिंग द ऑडियंस right? But can we like put some drama or some little bit suspense in the end or बीच में, जिससे to attract the audience और make like थोड़ा environment build up करने के लिए, like
Yeah, you can definitely use all of these. That only comes under voice modulation. But you
yeah.
cannot have the entire speech in that drama. You cannot have the entire speech in suspense. You cannot start some portion of it into suspense or drama, or wherein you are creating that thing which is required. But absolutely not that you have to keep the entire speech in that tone. All the other part of the speech should be very polite, very gentle, and uh, how it should be.
Okay, since I saw one of your videos on YouTube, and I also saw Mr. Chithambaran's video on Indigo, you may remember that. He spoke in national conference. So what he did was he was like reciting some poems. He was reciting some songs in mid of his presentation. So can it be done like once or twice in a serious presentation or a serious note?
Yeah, poems can be recited in between, but of course, it should relate to the topic, and that should not be sounding like it's like a song or something. Just you can just read out those poems, like you're just reading out the lines. That could be done.
Okay, so I should be keeping those in like in professional tone, not being very dramatic or not making a scene, not creating a scene, right? Thank you.
May I ask? Hello?
Yeah, go forward.
Yeah, actually, first of all, thank you, Isha ma'am and Sai sir, for giving us guidance. And my question is regarding the video we need to make for the application. So, how much should be the tenure of the video? And while making the video, should we keep the presentation as well as our face visible, or just a face is enough?
I
Okay,
didn't get you. Can you just repeat?
I was asking that while we make this video for application, how much should be the tenure, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and while making video, also the presentation and face both need to be there for this, or only?
Okay, got it. Okay, so the duration will be given by the branch. They will mention you have to submit a 2 minutes video or 5 minutes video or 10 minutes video. So accordingly, you have to prepare. If it's a 2 minutes video, just have your introduction in 30-40 seconds and just start introducing the topic. So the topic that I have selected is this. And initially, this is how India is growing with this topic, and this is happening, and how audit is important. You can just speak all these, the brief introduction, and that's all about the topic for this video. Aise karke, you can just keep it for 2 minutes. If it's a 5 or 10 minutes video, you have to give your entire speech, but you would not attach the PPT because this is a very initial stage. Now, in the initial stage, we're not ready with the PPT. You're just ready with the research paper and your video. You're not ready with the PPT. You have to spend a lot of time extra to make the PPT, right? So in that case, you can avoid PPT or having anything on the screen. Just have your own video, and maybe you can just have caption, like you can write your name on the video, or you can write the topic on the video, right? That is it.
Thank you very much.
Ma'am, I have another doubt. On what basis are the marks allotted on videos or technical or the research papers or the PPTs?
You have a lot of sections. Like one, you will get 10 marks for content, 10 marks for presentation, I think 10 marks for the tone of how you have written, 10 marks for how you have covered the topic, and 5-10 marks for conclusion or something. So you have the marks bifurcated likewise. Even in speech, you have the marks bifurcated like this.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I am from the Valsad city, and like I haven't done any paper presentation till now, but I have done many 2 minutes, 3 minute speeches. So like the basic structure of 2 minutes, 3 minute speeches is very simple, like starting, body, and end. But like a 10-minute speech is a heavy thing. So how do you design the basic structure that okay, I will go in this particular structural form?
And the structure remains the same. You have the starting, you have the conclusion. Just the body part splits into various parts. How it was introduced, what are the benefits, what are the disadvantages, how can you use in the CA profession, what is the way forward, what are the different things that you can have to combat the effect of that particular thing. So body parts divides into various sections. Beginning and the conclusion is always there.
Okay. And like, can I ask you that how many paper presentation have you done till yet? So like you have this much of experience.
Now, this is what we always try to compare everyone कि हमारी जर्नी कैसी गई. कोई जरूरी नहीं है ना. It would be like मैंने 10 किया तब सीखा. हो सकता है आप में आज आप एक में ही सीख जाओ. हो सकता है साई ने मतलब आधा किया आधे में ही सीख गया करे आधे में आई एम प्रो आई डोंट नीड टू स्पीच द रेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द स्पीच ऑफ द स्टेज.
नहीं इतनी सारी cities में eligible बनना like it is a great thing because हम एक में भी नहीं हो पा रहा.
Happened back that was the COVID phase and all the line. So we got a lot of chances back then. Not only paper presentations, there were other debate competitions, and all of these started happening online. So I got a lot of opportunities back then, and even you get your national talent hunts and as well. So you can participate in all those. I think they are happening thrice a year, right? Once for speech, one for allocation, and one for presentation, one for debate. So you can participate 4 times in a year. So yeah, all of these, you can grab all the opportunities.
Thank you.
Have few questions on our chat box, so I'll just repeat them. So we have a question from Vinay. What is the ideal range of number of slides?
It could be anything between 10, 12, depends on the topic and what is the time allotted to you.
Between 10 to 20 should be ideal. Yeah. Like almost 40 to 50 seconds for a slide should be enough.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask a question, but before that, my name is Shanil and I'm from Mangalore. Thank you, sir and ma'am, for such helpful insights on paper presentation. You didn't just talk about the basics, but in depth about the paper presentation, which helped me a lot. So thank you very much. The question I have is that if we forget mid-presentation, if we forget our content mid-presentation, how can we continue without panicking?
Firstly, presentation is something you'll get a lot of support in presentation because you have the PPT running. So there is mostly no chance that you'll forget the content because it's there on the screen. So even while you're just changing the screen, you can see the topic, what is the topic currently going, right? So in presentation, it is not a big deal, but in elocution or in debate, it is a big thing because you do not have the support of the presentation. In that case, you have to like practice a lot. Like you have to just do one thing is keep your eyes closed and just start speaking everything that you know without the flow, without the thing, and just try to understand where are the points that you are missing out. And most of the times you will understand these are the points where I forget the most. You have to work upon all those points. In presentation, you won't find it difficult because you have the screen running, you have the laptop on the screen. So you get the, even if you're not looking into it, your eyes automatically goes into it and just see the next topic coming.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Next question we have from Prabhuth. How easy or difficult is it to get the paper being selected in international conferences?
Okay.
I will take this up.
Yeah, international conference. I will tell you my experience. There were 24 topics. Okay. And surprisingly, in international conference, mostly if the national elocution debate winners or PPT winners, if they submit the papers, that is sure shot selected. Okay. Those slots are always fixed if they submit the papers. Okay. And then you have experienced presenters who have presented across various other national conferences. Then if they submit, they will always have the expertise to properly make a paper, and there are very high chances. Now, the biggest shock is out of 24, there were 4 presenters who presented for the first time at the international conference. They were new. okay, they also got their paper selected. So that also happened. So there were always different kind of people, but ultimately what matters is how you make the paper. If your paper is strong, even for the first time, you can directly get selected to the international conference. So there is no such easiness or difficultness. But yes, one thing I can say is if there are national elocution debate winners, they will definitely get selected. Otherwise, other people they can depend on the paper
Yeah, I
from my
remember
experience.
just I won the National Talent Hunt and I got the invite into my inbox that you are selected, you are shortlisted by your own self and just submit the paper and maybe we can just do a lesser number of
Yes.
speaking. And that
Yes.
was for Sri Lankan conference. Like we have to go represent
Hmm.
India in Sri Lanka.
Hmm.
So, but that time I got dengue, so I couldn't do that. I still regret.
Sri
So yeah,
Lanka is
you
a good
get
It
the
thing.
was
reach when you're
missed opportunity.
Hmm.
Okay. So we have next question from Neeraj. How to keep our presentation unique than as compared to our fellow presenters?
I think you have covered it. Yeah, you can add, Isha.
I think we have covered this in the entire day today.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
You can
Yeah.
have pictures, videos,
Hmm.
animations. You can have quotes. You can use your facial expression. You can smile. Just a simple smile matters on stage. You'll see most of the speakers are out of the, you just see that nervousness on the face. You just smile and that makes a different thing on the stage. So basic things that will make you different. Um, Otherwise, you can just have the coverage of the topic. You can use some flow charts. You can some hierarchy charts. There's some hierarchy chart that you can make on PPTs. All of these are brighter color. Always try to have a dark background because I've seen the white background doesn't work very well in the conferences. Why? Because the lights are off. Now the screen is big. Now you have a white background that emits a lot of brightness to the audience eyes. So it's very irritating. So if you have a darker background, maybe a gray color would be the best because it's not very dark, it's not very light. A gray color or very bluish color could be the best possible background in the PPT. That is it.
As it's almost an auditorium, which is already dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so next question we have from Palak. Can you tell me on what basis they select the paper presenters? Like on the basis of video, research paper, or PPT? What should we give our preferences to when submitting our documents? Yeah, it's just talking about the initial phase when we are uploading.
I think initially they just ask you for the paper, not for the video or something. I'm not sure. Every rule has a different thing. So if you just go to the research rule of the conference, initially they just ask you for the paper. So first focus should be on the paper because that is the most important thing. Secondly, it could be the video and PPT comes on a later date or stage because PPT is something that you present on the main day. So maybe after 2 screenings, they can ask you for the PPT. That is how it is. Yes, I hope I'm right.
Yeah, these days I
Yeah,
think
these days they simultaneously ask you even for videos
everything.
as well. Yeah.
They are asking everything. Even some branches are skipping the paper. They are just asking the PPT and video. I have seen that
So
also.
again, this is very subjective. But the back
Yeah,
then
it
they
depends on
always
branch to
ask.
branch.
It depends on branch to branch. So back then they always used to ask the paper first, and then
Paper,
the
yes.
video, then the PPT. Now if they're
Yes.
asking the PPT first, you have to focus on the PPT first. If they're asking for the video first, you have to focus on the video first. Then that depends.
These days they ask us to mail both the things simultaneously or in Google Drive or whatever form they ask. We have to do it simultaneously. But what I have seen so far, the trend is that most people they focus on video, how you're presenting it.
Yes.
No matter
Yes.
how your PPT is, the way you're presenting, the way you have a confidence, your body language, that matters the most.
Yes. Yes.
Because now
Right.
the PPT thing is very easy. You can have any AI and that could make a PPT for you. Even ChatGPT can do a research work for you. So here what matters is how you present yourself because that couldn't be used by AI cannot replace you, right?
Exactly.
Video is the most important thing. Yeah, it's a game changer. Even
Yeah,
a dull paper, like it can be replaced by a good video.
even few branches skip to CEO PPT sometimes, but
Yes.
video is something which is a game changer. If you're doing it
Yes.
right, you're getting
Right.
selected. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Next, we have question from Survi.
Okay.
Yeah, she's thanking you both, first of all, for such an insightful session.
Pleasure.
And further,
Yeah,
she
ma'am,
has
I have a doubt.
asked,
Can I ask it?
will you please, after just repeating this question, I'll get back to you. Is it okay?
Yeah, okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So she's saying, I want to ask if everything we mention in paper should be covered in PPT by keywords.
I don't think it's necessary. Again, depends upon your judgment, because PPT should have only the keywords, and that also depends on what is the most important things that you want in the PPT. But yes, try to cover everything that is there in the paper, because in paper also you have covered, of course, the important portion of the research on the topic, right? So you can have you can cover, but it is not compulsory. Like, you can miss out if you don't feel like.
Yeah, sometimes what happens with the content in the PPT is, yeah, you exclude some unimportant things in the paper. But I did it one time. I added extra content which wasn't there in the paper, because I felt, I later on I got that information that this is very important, which I can say in the PPT. Then I added it to the PPT. It isn't present in the paper. You can do that also, but it's just not that you are completely presenting some different content in the PPT. So you can do for the minor portion. If you feel that yes, this is some important thing you can mention, you can do that.
Yes, sir. You may ask your question.
Yeah, ma'am. When we're giving the video might be like for 1 to 2 minutes. Like in that time, we can for 10 to 15 seconds, we'll be taking the time for introducing. But
Yes.
remaining 1.5 minutes is the real game changer.
Hmm.
Sir, I have told that a good background, a good lighting, putting a camera on the eyesight level is very much important. So what all other points that we can also have to take into consideration, because this 1.5 minutes, we have to grab the entire attention, make the topic completely understandable in this 1.5 minutes. So what all can be used, or what all tricks that we can use in this video, 1.5 minute video?
Uh, Firstly, like, you do not have to cover the entire topic in 1.5 minutes, just to give an introduction on it, right? Once you introduce it, you can of course start again. You can use punchlines, you can use a story to begin with, and you can use some shlokas, some quotes in the beginning, because that makes you different than others who are just starting the topic. Secondly, just learn the first 1.5 minute fluently. Practice it without the camera. Learn it first, and then shoot it in one go. Do not cut and paste in case you just given 2 minutes video to submit. In that case, make the entire video in one flow. So you learn the content and look into the video and just peek it with all the just have good smile on your face. Use your fingers, hands to explain the topic, and just give a brief introduction. And you can also use some numbers in the beginning. 5,000 people haven't done this for so many years. How can this happen? Like, you can start a statement by giving some figures, some facts. That is how it will make a different impact.
And we also edit the video, like we can put like thank you slide at the end, or thank you text box.
If you want, you can just add the text box, but in 2 minutes video, I don't think it's very much important. In the beginning, just
Okay.
your name and just your heading. That is it.
Just a
If you're
basic
making video
video.
for 10 minutes, in that case, you can add topics, headings,
Okay.
whatever. But in 2 minutes video, just make it in a flow without editing. Because, people understand it's if
Yes.
videos are very easily editable. So even if you do a bit of more editing, they will think that entire video is edited. So sometimes you might even not be selected on the fact that it's an edited video, right? So just keep it raw. I kept it very raw. I did not even add heading and my name. I just recorded myself like this, and I just sent that. I did not even add my name or just anything. I just renamed the file by my name. I renamed the file by my name, but I did not add anything in the video. I kept it very.
Okay, so just taking it completely 2 minute raw. Okay, so just making it completely 2 minutes raw is very much important. That can be a preferable one for all the students.
Yeah, that would be the best option, I guess.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So next question is from Arman. They ask you to upload the video within specified size. But as far as I know, it is not possible to follow this thing when you have to provide the least quality of audio and video. So how can we handle this thing?
Yeah, this thing can handle only by compressing more and more. Search different websites, apps where you can compress the video as per the duration. So you cannot cut the duration because they require 2 minutes. You have to make the 2 minutes. You cannot cut on the duration, and you have to cut on the quality only of the video. So that comes by compressing.
Maybe in that case, what you can do is upload the video in a compressed size and also give a Google Drive link. So in that case, you are giving both the things. Like your video can be attached and given under 25 MB. That is allowed by Gmail, I guess. So you can attach video could be of 25 MB up to, but you can also attach a Google Drive link to it. With the best quality. So they might consider the Google Drive link if the video quality is too low in that case.
Next question is from Shivangi. What's your mindset when you go up on the stage?
It's
I
a
have
tricky
a
question.
I have a very good quotation. Like someone said it to me. When you're going on the stage, you think like you are the king or you are the queen. That's it. Like you are going to speak, no matter what is going to come, or like whatever barriers are going to come, you are going to ace it. You are going to deliver what you have thought in your dreams, like whatever daydreams you had for the last 3 to 4 days before you're going to present. You're going to do everything. You're going to do and come out of it successfully. Just put all the positive affirmations on one side and just go with it. Practice a lot, 15, 20 times. Go with that.
I
You'll
think
deliver and you'll come out.
practice gives you a lot of fun. And initially, stage पे अगर आपको जाने से डर लगता है, if you have stage fear and just don't like to be on the stage, practice is the key that will give you a cover over your stage fear. So speak a lot. You just practice a lot. पूरे दिन यही काम करो. बस अगले दिन अगर पता है कि tomorrow you have the presentation a day before or 2 days before, keep on doing the same thing entire day for 2 days long. And of course, you will keep on improving. And trust me, once you conquer the stage for first time, and once ever you do it, you are forever going to be that stage person. You'll crave to be on the stage. You'll crave to be in the limelight. And it has happened to me. And do not be nervous at all. Even if you fail, you are still better than so many people out there. Because एक तो देखो यार, ऑडियंस को पता ही नहीं है कि आप क्या पढ़ के आए हो, आपको क्या बोलना है. मतलब ठीक है, आप अगर तीन चीजें भूल भी गए, जो याद है वही बोल दो. Doesn't matter. आगे पीछे करके बोल दो. Doesn't matter. So if the audience doesn't know what you have learned, and yes, that is.
Even I would like to add something which my mom has repeated me many times when I used to go and participate in things. So she has said that remember one thing that audiences came for you. They want you to perform very well. And if even if you fumble, just know that they more than you want to give your best, they want you to do the best when you're standing there. So even if you hesitate, take a pause, just repeat this sentence that yeah, they want me to do good because they have taken efforts to travel, to be there. They want you. So have that mindset. So it just helped me to cool off and get anxiousness to just get away with it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Raj, continue.
So next question is also from Shivangi. In case of elocution questions are asked from different areas, how to prepare for that?
Isha, you can take it, I think.
Sorry, what was it?
In case of elocution, questions are asked from different
Okay.
areas, how to prepare for that?
See, even in elocution, you get the list of topics. So it's have to understand all the topics. In conferences, usually the judge is the expert of that subject matter. For example, if it is the audit session, the judge will be the audit expert. But when it comes to elocution, they always keep someone who is an expert of overall every topic. They know all the topics well. So most of the time, whatever topics you are given, just read about every topic a little bit. Don't just go to your own topic, because in elocution, and in elocution they have rounds, right? If you remember, the first round would be related to your topic. The second round could be anything out of or out of your topic, or anything out of which is available in the market. And the third round is about some topic which are very general. Define what is success, define what money means to you. These are very psychological type of topics. So you already know the rounds. Now these are the 3 rounds. Accordingly, you have to prepare what is going around. So what is currently the highlight, you should read all of those things while preparing for elocution. And of course, you cannot be expert, or you cannot be expected to know everything out. So usually judge will always ask something which is related to the topic. They do not ask something that is beyond understanding of a student. They ask you something which is related. So they also don't want you to fail, trust me. If even I have just a few things, so I'd always want the other person to win. I don't want them to lose. So I'll always ask questions which is related to their own topic. So ऐसा है कि मतलब you have to prepare your own topic completely and just read about the other topics available and a bit of the current affairs. That is.
Surbhi wants to ask, we cannot do paper presentation after we win 2 conferences, or we cannot present after 2 conferences. Paper presentation participation.
No, we cannot participate after being the paper presenter for 2 conferences. Not about winning. It's about participating.
Presenting.
विनिंग तो दूर की बात है ना, फिर तो आप हर बार करते रह जाओगे, दूसरे लोगों को वो चांस ही नहीं मिलेगा. The idea is to give chance to everyone. So if you have participated in 2, you cannot participate in that year.
Raj, at start, I was disconnected. So there were 2 questions asked by students. So will you please check that have they been solved or not?
Which
At
one?
start of the session.
Okay, good.
I think I have it. First question, generally when the topics are out, the day for session is not declared. So how can you choose the topic? I think, initially the day are not declared, or sometimes the day also shuffle between the final dates that are out. You can choose according to what we have already given you this insight. You can choose according to which is the most difficult topic, or according to the thought that which will have the least competition. So you can choose accordingly. Are we allowed to include Hindi punchlines in between, or do we need to strictly stick to English? Can we use relevant memes to engage audience? I think we have all covered all of these things. Hindi or any other language would be allowed once or twice in the presentation, not all the over it. And stick to English. And memes and everything that should be professional and related to humor, also something that is professional. In the video, is it better to give a summary view of our topic, or start with the way we want to present on the stage? If we get selected, you can do either way. Whatever is the best, you can give the summary also. You can start the way, and maybe you can just complete it in 1-2 lines. That I have selected is accounting. Now, accounting is this. You can start accounting is the best thing, blah, 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 and just write 1 line. as I'm much more interested in this, this is why I want to be the presenter on this topic. We end it on this slide. Like, that is completely your choice. Ideal range of number of slides mentioned already, around 10 to 15 you can have it, 20 also. What to do if we sometimes run out of ideas in our paper? Ideas you can search all over the internet. You can read Quora, and you'll find a lot of it on internet. अभी तो chat GPT के बाद idea की तो जरूरत है ही नहीं, problem ही नहीं है. You can just search on chat GPT की एक funny idea दे दो on this topic, एक humor दे दो on this topic, everything chat GPT will do for you. But yeah, at least have 3 punch lines or punch things in your entire presentation. Once in the beginning, once in the middle, and once at the end. Because all these punchlines will help to connect with the audience. In the beginning, once you start at a good note, the audience is instantly interested into you. And in the between, because by that time they lose the interest, so you have to give another punchline so that they again you gain the interest. And at the end, because you are ending on a good note. I think now we have covered all of it.
Yeah, we just have a last question. Do we need to compulsory register in conference for presenting the paper?
Sorry, what was it? Compulsory register?
Compulsory to register for the conference.
It again depends, right?
That depends on the branch. Sometimes
Sometimes
branches.
Subjective.
Yeah.
So if you're presenting, sometimes the branch may ask you to register, and sometimes they don't ask you to register. So it depends.
Yeah, I'll request everyone. Now we are gonna wind up this session. So if you have doubts, like ask. Yeah. We have a question from Rajat. How to structure the points or information if it's a topic you are not very familiar with? And if we prepare, what's your process? Do you mug up by heart or the whole thing? Mug up or just say on the spot? Yeah.
It depends. If it's elocution or debate, I learn the entire part, because in that case you do not have the help of the presentation to speak it. So in that case you have to learn it. And in the case of PPT, I do not mug up. In that case, I just learn I take the reference of the top heading from the PPT and explain it on the spot. And how do you conquer a topic that is not familiar is by becoming an expert into it. How? By reading everything available on internet, on the Google, on that topic. For example, the topic is given, you have to just search it on all the websites available, go through the research. That takes a lot of time. So in that case, if you want to become familiar to the topic, do research for at least 2 to 3 days, and then only you will become expert in it.
If you're not familiar, then you have to be familiar by the time you are going to present on the day.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll request everyone to please on your camera so that we can click picture of everyone.
Hello? Hello, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have one final doubt.
Okay.
Ma'am, there are some topics like audit relating to audit and income tax, right? So we all know that audit is somewhat more theoretical, like it's based on essays and everything else. But if how to present this auditing in a very nice manner, like how to show it such a way that people will be interested, and not only rebalancing the theoretical concepts, and how can we interest the audience into this PPT? Can you please give us some idea, ma'am? Hello?
Isha, you're there?
Is power cut or something?
Yeah. I think there is a power cut. See,
Yeah.
if I'll take the doubt. So basically, she had a power cut. So see, first of all, this comes by researching. we cannot immediately say right at this moment that how you can make the presentation interesting, because that comes with a lot of thought process, that exactly what exactly you need to put into that presentation to make it interesting. Over a period of some hours, over a day, then you get thoughts, then you write them over, and then you put all the exact flow. I am saying about the flow of the paper and the PPT. Then you put the entire flow, and then according to that flow, you insert. Like in this heading, you can put this professional joke, or this interesting related thing, or some case study, or some judgment, or some real life experience. As per that topic, you say you insert to it. So that comes by research. The moment you research, you get the information. Then according to the information, you put the thought. So we cannot immediately say that how can you make auditing interesting. Okay. So do research, then you will automatically get the inputs. And if you search auditing related any prompts or anything you want, you will get those. More like any real life practical experiences or something, any articleship experience, you can add that. Any
Okay, sir.
outstation audit experience or something.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, Mama messaged me. She'll just connect in 2 minutes. So till then, we'll click a good picture of everyone. So
Yeah.
please on your cameras. We had a good strength at the start of the session, but it's Sunday.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
been
has
almost 2 hours, okay, but still
Yeah.
we still we have half of the audience, so it's still fine. So I think all of them didn't. Yeah, Isha came.
Yeah.
Right time पे.
दिल्ली का वेदर बहुत अनप्रेडिक्टेबल होगा.
Hi, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just a minute, I missed it, I guess.
Sorry.
Can we please click the picture again?
Yes,
Because my screen went black out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you everyone.
So you're winding it up, Namrata?
Yeah, I'll wind it. Just a minute. Of entire Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar team and all the collaborative branches like Vadodara, Pimpri-Chinchwad, Dhanbad, Pune, Thane, Raigad, and Jalgaon. I extend my gratitude towards our speaker, Sai Charan sir and Isha ma'am to host this session so beautifully. You took every doubt of student and even explained us from minute details to what can we add to make it like the best performance ever we can. Yeah, and even how we can boost our confidence on stage. You even covered that point, so we are very grateful for covering all these things. And I think you just not explained how to present the paper, but how to stand out, how you can stand out to your paper and that. So I'm really thankful for that. Plus, all the participants, you guys, in spite of being Sunday, you took your time out. You were there for the session. I'm really happy to have you all and hope you guys even participate for upcoming conference, which will be held in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar as a mega conference on 5th and 6th of July. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Namrata, and Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar branch and all the associated branches. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for such lovely session. This is definitely the longest webinar I had. Every time it used to be 1.5 hour, but this was entirely 2 hours straight, without any minute left. It was completely worth it, guiding all the CA aspirants from where we came from. So it feels very like good. And also with Isha, this is my fourth webinar. So we have been friends since since we were doing CA articleship, and we also met through this competitions only. So we definitely know what it means to us. So thank you so much, Isha, also for recommending this speaker. So it means a lot to me, and thank you for the branches.
Thank you so much, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, for inviting us. We had a great time, and trust me, we did not even realize it's more than 2 hours, and we are still feeling so energetic. It's all because we always wanted to give back to the CA community. We really want to build up CAs who are very confident, not only have the understanding of all the subject matters, but also on their personality, to have and beat that competition which is out there in the market. And we'll always love to contribute back again to all the CA community anytime, every time. So yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, and even I'd like to add, we had like it was first time in my tenure so far that we had 197 registrations of students, which was link was generated later on, yeah, to the session. And plus, in group, I have plus 250 plus students have been added in group, which I have mentioned, yeah. But I guess due to Sunday, and even many of them got to know that this will be recorded session, so they can watch it later on. So many of them did not connected, but we had amazing crowd for this session. It was like if you both are taking it, people not just from 5 branches, we said, but even like all over Pan India were there in this session. So thank you guys.
Had words with Namrata, and she was apologizing on the fact Isha ma'am zyada audience nahi honge. Please don't mind. We just have 10-15 audience. And I was like, don't worry. Even if there's one person there, I'm ready for that. And I know that it will be more than this anyhow, because yes.
And even you were there for conference as our speaker last year. So like many of them were enthusiastic to again be there and have one-on-one conversation with you here. Okay, so we'll wind up. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Yes, thank you Raj for co-hosting with me.
Thank you, Namrata, and thank you, Raj.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Namrata. Thank you.